The online business space has undergone some massive hidden changes over the last year. And in this video, I'm going to share with you what those changes actually are. And I'm going to shed some light to some of the new opportunities that have came about because of those massive changes and how you as a complete beginner can take full advantage of that shift in the market. You can get in the trends early and you can reap some incredible rewards and make a ton of money online, because I know that's what you're wanting. And I'm going to go through an entire mini training here that talks about current and future trends of the market so you can understand what the heck is even going on and what actually is the new best business model for a beginner to get started with. And then after going through that, I'm literally going to give you step-by-step instructions that you can follow to get started as soon as possible with it. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So basically, you are looking to do this. You're looking to identify trends and get in early. And basically in 2020, you had things like dropshipping and e-com that really spiked up with people coming about talking about how good these business models were. They spiked and then they kind of plateaued after that. And then you had trading and crypto that spiked in 2021. You had SMMA and copywriting spiking in 2022 due to people like Iman Gadzhi and much more. AI and SaaS 2023 that kind of came about. And this year has been dominated by school and info products. And so your objective for 2025 is to figure out the trend early, figure it out and get in so that you can reap a ton of incredible rewards while the competition isn't too high. And something to understand with this graph right here, the make money online industry is not going anywhere. And all of the business models that you see up here, info products, AI, SaaS, SMMA, copywriting, trading, crypto, e-com, dropshipping, they all work. But some are much harder than others, especially for a beginner, right? So e-com and dropshipping, like it came up here and it spiked here and it was really trending here. And then it kind of plateaued, but it still 100% works. Like there's still people talking about it still to this day. And the reality is that business owners don't disappear after the popularity dies down. They keep posting content about these different business models, and a few winners and leaders in that specific space will emerge and carry that industry. And you can still find success with it. And the third takeaway is that if you can find a trend and get started before most people, you have the potential to find massive success and massive efficiency. What's important to understand, though, is that you must do your due diligence. Don't just listen to what people are saying. Watch closely to what people are doing. And that's going to be the main premise of this video. When people tell you different business models, don't listen to what they tell you. Listen and watch what they're doing. What do I mean? Well, spotting the current trends in 2024 and 2025, it's important to realize that despite what everyone is telling you, they'll go tell you, hey, how to go start and do drop shipping. But if you actually look in the link in their bio, as you can see here, it says apply for one-on-one guidance towards your e-com success. You click that link and that opens up this landing page, which is like a mentorship program. Okay. So this person's telling you that dropshipping is the best business model and that you can make a ton of money with it. But in reality, he's running an online info product. Same with trading and crypto. This guy says, oh, how to start day trading as a complete beginner, 2024 guide, 277K views. Link in bio, free crypto Discord community access. And then as you can see, you click the link and then you have a crypto accelerator where he's running an info product. SMMA copywriting, same exact thing. Go to the link in the bio, boom. Click this link, boom. It's Agency Navigator, which is an info product. AI SaaS, same exact thing. Like, are you guys starting to realize that there's a trend going on right here? Info products, same thing. So basically, if you haven't realized yet, for years, the hidden moneymaker has always been selling info products. But just this year, it has really started coming into fruition and people have started to realize it, especially with this guy right here, Alex Hormozi. Alex Hormozi was ahead of the curve in 2023, and he knew that there was a need for a solid platform that could host all of these courses, communities, and coaching programs. So basically, he knew that this was going to be the trend and therefore created a business around it. And now that business is going to make billions, like for sure. His popularity plus the market's desperate need for a solid program has made this platform called Skool a goldmine in 2024. And hundreds of thousands of creators who create coaching programs, info products, courses, etc., began to create courses on Skool to sell their knowledge and expertise. So this basically is the trend right now. And I'm going to tell you how you can capitalize on this in a second without having to create your own thing. So don't even worry about that. But there's one more piece to the puzzle. And this is really important to understand. The rise of organic content has been massive lately. After years of hyper edited dopamine style content where people are trying to really like get your attention span for as long as possible, everyone started to get sick of that. Sick of seeing the same old flashy edits, overpromised results, and no actual value or substance in the content that they're consuming. And the leaders of the space caught on to this early and realized that this was actually going to be the trend. And they switched up their content to do non-edited, organic, value-based content. And this blew up their channels. So you have somebody like Charlie Morgan here that realized that this was going to be the trend. He's like, all this BS of clickbaiting people and creating all this dopamine content, it still will work, but I'm going to get ahead of the curve and I'm going to start creating raw and organic content where he literally just presses record on his camera, talks to the camera, has a whiteboard, like no edits or anything like that. Same with Hormozi, or a 20-minute video, how I manage my employees. Boom. Hamza, 50-minute video, just like talking to the camera. Because this style of content is so easy to make, everyone started making similar content, building an audience, and selling their knowledge through a course or coaching programs. And what this means, and this is what you need to understand, is that the best business model going into 2024, we still got a couple months here, and into 2025 is to have an expertise, create organic content around that expertise, and monetize it with a course or a coaching program or like a community. And this is a gold mine. Like, this is how you make money, guys. And I'm going to be 100% transparent with you guys in this video. This is what I do. And like I literally create content, raw organic content, as you guys see on my channel. There's a link in my bio that will take you to a page where you can learn about how to make 3 to 5K per month with remote sales, guaranteed. And like, look, here's the thing. Just because somebody is selling a course or a community does not mean it's a scam. Like, I'm 100% aware of the fact that there are bad apples, there are bad products, there are bad people that don't actually provide any value in their courses or coaching programs, but it's on you to do your due diligence. And they all actually for the most part, they got success with what they're doing, and now they're teaching that same thing. And so you can't call that like a scam or anything like that, because in reality, then you're calling reading books a scam. Like, sure, there's some bad books out there that maybe you bought thinking it was going to be really good, and then it turned out to not be that great. Same with college. You might have invested money into college, started to get an education, realized that you have to take classes that you already knew this information, and it was a waste of money. And so in order to stay consistent, if you call online courses a scam, then you also have to call books and like college and schooling a scam. And so it literally isn't a scam. There's bad apples for sure. There's low quality crap, but there's also some really good stuff. And so what you need to understand is that the info product industry, exactly what I'm talking about here, is right now in 2020, it was projected to be $197 billion. And it's anticipated to get close to $1 trillion by 2023. So this industry, essentially what this means for you is it's booming. And for most of you, the problem is, as a complete beginner, you don't have an expertise. You don't have this essential piece. And you also probably aren't very good at making content here. And you also probably don't know how to build an online course or community. And you have no idea how to run like a successful coaching program, which is fine. Like, this is all fine. You're a beginner. So how do we still take advantage of this, even though you can't do this? This is what you need to do. Info product sales. This is the answer, guys. And so basically, you have all of these people who are now starting to run this business model where they have an expertise, they have organic content, they're starting a course, coaching program, etc., and it's a gold mine. And you eventually want to do that because it's the best business model objectively, but you can't. And so everyone that's been running one of these kind of businesses where they run a coaching program over the last 8 to 12 months, because of things like School, Alex Hormozi, etc., they're all finding success and making money with it, and they're ready to grow their business and scale it. And so as a byproduct of that, a business owner, you simply don't have enough time in the day to handle all of the inbound traffic that is coming to your offer or traffic that's coming from ads, and you're way too stressed out about client success, marketing, creating content. So they have all of this attention, and they're trying to solve a problem by selling a solution. But the problem is that they have to do all this other stuff inside of the business. And so this creates an opportunity for you. Info product sales reps work with one of these business owners. So instead of running this exact same thing and running this business model yourself, instead what you do is you work with somebody that's running this business model. Okay? Hear me out. And you help them set appointments, take sales calls, and assist them with just scaling their business in general and making more money. And what will happen when you do this? Well, over the course of 1 to 2 years, you will learn one of the most valuable skills that you can ever learn in life, which is sales and persuasion. On top of that as well, You'll make really good money. You can easily hit 5 to 10K per month. And also, to make it even better, you'll see the inner workings of an offer so that you eventually know how to create your own one day. Again, this is the best business model right here. Eventually, you want to do this, but you can't right now because you don't have an expertise, you're not good at creating content, and you don't know how to build a course or a coaching program. And so the next logical step then is to go in and work with somebody that runs one of these kind of businesses, help them make money, and see the ins and outs of how they run this thing so that you can eventually do it down the line when you do have experience. Hopefully that makes sense. So here are the pros of info product sales. Well, the first thing is that it only requires one entry-level skill to get started. So things like drop shipping and things like SMMA, they require multiple skills to be proficient at to make it work, right? Drop shipping, you need to find products. You need to learn how to run ads or create content. You need to learn how to build landing pages and websites. SMMA, you need to learn how to get clients with outreach. You need to learn service delivery. Like there's a lot of moving pieces involved. When in info product sales, you really only need to learn one entry skill to get started with. On top of this as well, the demand for people to get started in info product sales is going to skyrocket in 2025 because of this guy, mainly right here, Alex Hormozi, who's running this platform called Skool. This is creating a bigger and bigger supply of businesses that need people for info product sales, and therefore the demand of your services is going to increase. On top of that as well, you don't have to make content. You don't have to be an influencer behind the camera. You don't need any startup capital. You don't need to spend $1,000 to get started in this business model like you would in something like dropshipping where you have to spend a ton of money on ads. You don't have to stress about running your own business and having all these moving pieces. You only have to do one thing. And you can see results and start making money in less than 30 days. And so this is the three-year roadmap with info product sales. Basically, the first thing that you want to do is you want to start off as an appointment setter where you work with one of these kind of businesses who's running a course or coaching program, and you work with them to just set them more sales appointments. You're going to set them sales appointments so that they can jump on the phone and close the deal. And as a byproduct of just doing this alone, you can get to the point where you're making 3 to 8K per month. Then once you do this for a little bit, you're going to master this and you're going to get this down. And then you're eventually going to level up to the next skill, which is going to be high ticket closing, where now instead of just setting appointments, those same appointments that you used to be setting, now you're actually going to take those appointments and sell the business owner's product for them. And as a byproduct of doing this, you can usually make anywhere from 5 to 20K per month in info product sales, not in some other tech sales or anything like that. In info product sales, you have massive earning potential because the people that sell items here sell high ticketed items. And then once you master this, you can become what I call a leverage consultant, which is how I got to 50K per month, where instead of just doing closing for a business, you help them with other parts of their business as well. And you start to take over more equity inside of the business that you work with over time. And this is a long-term play. You're not going to be able to be a leverage consultant by tomorrow, but this has massive earning potential. And then after doing this, guys, this is important to understand. You can either start your own agency and be a consultant, or you can run your own coaching program or course. Like I said earlier, this is the best business model. If it wasn't the best business model, none of these guys would be doing it. They would just be doing the same thing that they're teaching, dropshipping, trading, SMMA, all this stuff. They would just be doing that and they'd never talk about it on YouTube because why would they? They would gatekeep that. So this is the best business model. So you eventually want to get to the point where you're running this business model, but you have to get there over time. You can't just do that in a heartbeat. And after building all these skills and building all this experience, you'll be able to do this at this point where by running your own info product, you can make anywhere from like 20K to 100K per month or even much higher than this. Like there's people making over $1 million a month running their own info product. And so you as a beginner, start with info product sales with the long-term vision of eventually running your own info product. Now, common questions I get about info product sales. Isn't it just the same as remote sales? Kind of, but info product sales is just a sub branch of remote sales, a better one. One of the most common mistakes beginners make when they get into remote sales is getting stuck on a bad offer that has no earning potential, aka not an info product. not knowing how to scale, and then ultimately switching business models. And something really important to understand is this guy right here named Luke Alexander. You might have seen him before. He talked a lot about remote sales, making money in remote sales and all this stuff. And as of lately, he's been switching his content to prep and gear up for this wave of this trend happening where more and more people are starting info products, and he's helping them basically build sales teams and manage their sales floor. So like he's literally switching his offer, the guy that talks a lot about remote sales, and he's an awesome dude. Common question as well. Do I need to be good at sales to get started, to land my first role? No. The reality is you just literally need a high school level knowledge of communication. You just need to learn some fundamentals, become an appointment setter where you can make 3 to 5K per month. Like you can teach appointment setting to like a chimpanzee. Like it's really not hard. And then as you get more sales experience, you can transition into more advanced roles. So it's kind of like something where you start here, if this is all you have, and as you get better, you get more advanced and you get into harder stuff as you get better and as you become more valuable. Won't this die out and lose popularity like all the other business models? I mean, yes and no. The popularity of this or the trend of this may eventually die out, but the demand won't. Because info product sales isn't as flashy as some of the other online business models out there, but it actually works. See, all the other flashy business models out there, they seem cooler or they seem sexier, but they have like a 5% success rate. Why is that? Because they don't actually work and they're too complex. Info product sales is very boring, but it actually works. And it has been one of the most reliable ways to get into make money online space for years now, and it's not going anywhere. Won't there be a ton of competition trying to land a role? Oh, saturation, blah, blah, blah. Surprisingly, no. Most people get wrapped up trying to figure out more of the flashy business models, like I just said earlier. If anything, info product sales is getting swept under the rug because this is one of the best times to get started. And like people don't actually want to put in the work they need to make money that they need to make. They just want to find like some secret magic button that they can press to go make $10,000 a month when in reality that doesn't exist. How do I actually get started with info product sales? And this is the point of the video where I'm going to give you a couple quick steps that you can go through to get started in info product sales. So I'm going to preface this by saying I have an in-depth training coming out very, very soon on the channel that's going to teach you how to actually get started step by step. I can't cover that in this video, but I'm going to be covering that in a video coming very, very soon. So if you want to see that, drop a comment and subscribe right now. But basically, the first thing that you want to do is you want to find an ideal client selling an info product, somebody with a high ticket product. Again, you want to work with high ticket businesses. You don't want to sell some cheap shit that's like $40, $50. You want to sell something $2,000, $5,000, $10,000. Somebody that has anywhere from 5 to 50,000 followers, which signifies that they have good leads and they have good lead flow. And then you want to work with an entrepreneur that has a great vision. What does this mean? Well, if somebody's making $20,000 a month inside of their business and they don't want to grow, then you shouldn't go in and work with them. It doesn't make any sense. You want to work with somebody that wants to keep growing their business so that you can be a partner with them the entire time. Okay? Then what you're going to do is you're going to reach out on Instagram with a personalized approach. And you're just going to take 5 minutes to research their page and show them how they would benefit from hiring you. And the thing is there's some business models that teach how to do outreach, but most of these people do such a bad job. Like you have no idea how bad everyone is at outreach. They're just all so lazy. And then here we want to offer to send a Loom introduction video. And this is the secret sauce of how we can make this work. Like nobody wants to do this. And this is how you stand out. And then once you do this, then the business owner you're talking to is going to get a good feel for you. You're going to jump on, you're going to nail the interview, and then you're going to start working with them and you're going to crush it with them. It's this simple. And then here you start making money. A lot of it. Disclaimer. Something to understand is that for your first offer you work for, it might not be the absolute best thing in the world. You might not make 10K per month in your first 60 days like all the other dorks and gurus tell you. But the reality is that you can make good money. You can make a little bit, you can get good experience, and then you can land an even better role after doing that. I've had some people though that have crushed it and just found a great offer right from the start. So that can happen too. And so if you guys enjoyed this video and if you guys got some value out of this, what I would recommend for you to do check out the link in the description if you want to learn a little bit more about how I can help you get started in remote sales. If you're looking for some help and some assistance, you can check out the link in the description and you can watch the free video for myself where I'll break down a little bit about who I am, what I do, and how I can help you. And then if you're interested, you can take part. If not, no worries either way. Hopefully you got some value out of this video. But other than that, you guys take care and have a fantastic rest of your day here.